Right. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm thrilled to be on here as well. I do love coming on to do these little calls because it gives me an opportunity to actually talk face to face with a lot of you guys. And I'm thrilled about that. Yes, if you don't know who I am, I absolutely love working with my diamond coaches. And when you guys become diamond coaches, you're going to find out how much I love the group. I'm in there all day, every day, in the diamond group, loving on them, helping them, mentoring them, coaching them, and encouraging them. It is a lot of fun. And the thing that I'd love to say in my diamond group is that as much as I love my diamond groups, I love them more when they leave my diamond group, because diamond is not the stopping point for anyone. I know it's kind of a big goal for you guys right now. Rachel mentioned to me that all of you are working towards diamond, which is awesome. But please don't let diamond be a stopping point. It is simply a stepping stone in a much larger journey. There is more out there than what diamond can give you. But while you are with me as a diamond, we will become BFFs. We will love on each other. So in working with diamonds, well, let me just simply say this. So I started working with Beachbody in 2016. And when I came over to Beachbody, the thing that made me say yes to working with Beachbody, because I was in a fine position at a different company, but when I jumped on a few calls, when I saw what's happening right here, the team unity, a lot of people who just love what they do, and a lot of people not even knowing that it's really an MLM, that they're just so excited about the workouts and the shakes and sharing this with their friends and family, that's just part of naturally what they wanted to do. And they got rewarded for doing it. That doesn't, if you've ever been part of a different MLM, that doesn't really exist out there. They're very, it's just a different atmosphere. What we have here is very unique and I love it. So I started working in the Northeast region with the 3 to 5 star diamonds. And then they came to me and said, all right, we're going to have just one person work with 10,000 diamonds. And that person is you, Kevin. And it was a little overwhelming. It still is overwhelming. But I have learned so much in working with diamonds. I have probably grown the most I have in my entire career in working with diamonds, because I get to work alongside with you. I'm not just there talking to coaches who already get it, saying, go, go, go. I'm working with coaches who say, help, help, help. And we get to figure it out together. And so what I'm going to share with you today in our short amount of time here, and I realize your guys' time is important, so I won't take too much time. But what I'm going to talk to you quickly about today are the things that I have learned that will bring you success in your business. A lot of people come in, actually, everyone comes in a little bit different. And it's a little chaotic at first, trying to figure out how they stand so that they don't fall back to emerald or to ruby. And then how can they not only maintain diamond, but move past diamond? It's a little bit of here and there. It's a little chaotic. But I have found there's this little thing I'll be sharing with you. And what it entails is what I think, in fact, what I know will bring you long-term success. If you apply what I'm about to share with you, it'll bring you long-term lasting success. My group, when you get on my group, you will understand that I refer to the tortoise and the hare analogy a lot because I find too many people sprint and burn out. And that is not who I am. That is not how I run my group. I am all about the consistent, urgent pace that a turtle has. I say don't go at a turtle's pace. I say go at an urgent turtle pace. And so I want you to, move forward with purpose and passion, but I want you to stay at a pace that works for you, that you can repeat day after day. I don't necessarily want you sprinting to then get there and then crash the next day. I have seen it happen way too many times, and it's not fun. If we're not having fun, people take note of that, and then they realize maybe this is not what I wanted or this is not what I want when I'm looking for a better life. They want to be part of something fun. They want to be part of something great. And so I say, let's move at that urgent turtle pace, move with purpose and passion, but let's stay at a steady pace. So anyways, here's I'm going to give you kind of the acronym, and then from there we'll go through what each of the letters mean. And the acronym is AV triple C. AV triple C. So if you want success, you need to apply AV triple C. And I'll go through what each of those things mean. The first one, obviously, A stands for accountability. In this business, I have found that you cannot make it to where you want to go on your own. You have to be held accountable. Now, there's this awesome book out there that talks about how it's called Change Anything. It's a really good book. And what I learned from it is there's this thing out there called the Willpower Trap. And that is us thinking that we can, on our own, all by ourselves, get where we want to go. We can change what we want to change, for good or for bad. The book talks about you can change good things, or you can change the bad things into good things. However you want to change, you have to be held accountable to those things that you want to change. I have seen too many coaches think that they can do it on their own. They really, really can't. And so when I talk about accountability, what's happening right here is a form of accountability. You guys are showing up to these things, and you're being held accountable, which I absolutely love. I think you're doing awesome in that realm. It needs to go probably one level deeper. And I don't know, obviously, you guys that well. And so I don't know if you already have accountability partners, but I strongly suggest that you find and have an accountability partner. So let's quickly talk about what an accountability partner is and what that person does. Who it is it's probably not your spouse if you have a spouse. It's probably not your roommate if you have a roommate. It's probably not your sweet grandma who's just going to let you off the hook and give you $5 for driving over to her house. It's just not going to be that person. It needs to be someone who checks in with you and says, hey, did you get your crap done? And I'm not going to let you go to bed until you get your crap done. That's just how it is. You told me you wanted to accomplish this by the end of the day. I'm not letting go until you accomplish what you said you're going to accomplish. It's a loving relationship, but it's a firm relationship because you both know that there are bigger things out there for you. And so you may ask, well, how do I find an accountability partner? Within a team is perfect. Don't let it be necessarily your upline. Your upline will hold you accountable on their own level, but they cannot necessarily be your accountability partner. You need to find someone with kind of on your same level. You're working towards big things together. It's a little uncomfortable to try to find one, but I can promise you it's worth it. So and if you want success, you want accountability. It's as simple as that. I have found that to be incredibly true. Okay, I beat that one enough. So the A in AVCCC is accountability. The V is value. What do you have to offer those who are looking to improve their life? I have found that if you do not offer value, you are what we call white noise. White noise in this business is someone who posts selfies, they post shakes, they post their workouts, they kind of post, hey, a new workout's coming out, hey, a new sample workout just dropped, and they post it and it's just great. But there are like 400,000 coaches who are doing this. Nothing separating you from the next person. A great question to ask yourself is, what will get someone, what will get someone to stop scrolling? You need to answer that. And the even harder question to ask yourself, and this is a tough one. I actually asked this question the other day to a coach, and she said, "You're kidding, right? Or is this a trick question?" The question is, what value do you have to offer if you remove what Beachbody has to offer? So if you take everything away that Beachbody has to offer, what else? What's left? What else do you have to offer to the world? And if that's a tough question to answer, maybe it's time to come up with something, because you are white noise at this point. People say yes to value. The price objection is the number one objection we get. I get that. But if you are offering value, that real value, what people are looking for, that objection seems to dissipate. It just disappears when you are offering more than what Beachbody has to offer. Now, this isn't a training on value. I will simply say that you need to kind of take a look at yourself about who you are, what you're offering, and what value you have to offer. And don't fool yourself on this one. You need to ask yourself the question, would I stop on what I'm like, would I stop scrolling? Like, scroll. If I'm on the couch, hating life, not loving how I'm looking, eating cheese doodles on the couch, like what would get me to stop? Do my posts, do I feel like that would get someone to stop? And if it's just what Beachbody has to offer, it's white noise. Okay, so we've gone over the A and we've gone over the V, accountability and value. Now it's to go over the 3 C's that of success. That first C, and this one may be one of the hardest ones, is confidence. Confidence speaks volumes in this industry, because where someone is right now, going back to that person on the couch, kids are running around, house is a mess, not loving how they're looking, not loving their situation. They are hoping that something out there will speak to them. And if they come to you and you're just not confident that you're going to give them results, they're going to move on to someone else. Confidence is a tough thing for a lot of people. Some people it comes naturally. For others, it's a very tough thing to display out there. It's not brashness. It's not out there, puff chest out saying how amazing you are. That's not confidence. For me, confidence is when someone comes to you broken, you can look them in the eye and say, I got you. I know that there's a path of happiness and joy and fulfillment for you, and I can help you get there. The tools that I have will help you get there. They're spending a lot of money on this. This is not a cheap thing to say yes to. And so if they're going to say yes, they want assurance that they're going to get results. A lot of times in this business, we talk a lot about Success Club and getting Success Club points and all those things. And that's acquisition. That's kind of moving forward, finding people to say yes. But for me, the journey truly starts once someone says yes to you. Getting them to say yes is great. But once they say yes, the journey honestly begins there, because their confidence is like, okay, I'm giving you my trust. I'm giving you everything, like whatever you have, let's do this. And if you say, yeah, that's great, here's an email, I got to go find more people. There goes that confidence. The confidence goes out the window. They need to know that what you are offering will get them results. Now, you can have confidence in the programs and the shapes because it's been proven to help. That's great. But you need to have confidence in yourself as well as a leader. Like it or not, you guys are leaders. And it's okay that you don't feel like a leader, but for others, they look to you as a leader. And so you need to say, okay, like you gave me your trust. I admire that. I don't take that lightly, and we're going to figure this out together and continue to have that confidence. And it will continue to grow as you guys help others. It'll continue to grow. And if you don't have confidence in anything, have confidence in the results you've received thus far. No one can question your story. No one can question your results. You can have confidence that what you have done has brought you to where you are today, and that you can help someone get there in that same way. Okay, that's the first C, is confidence. The second C, and this is the secret sauce to this business, is consistency. I'm sure you guys have heard it over and over again. Consistency is the secret sauce to this business. When you get into my diamond group, you will see consistency day in and day out. One of the things I love to do, today's Thursday. Today is in this business, we run a Thursday to Wednesday week. And so the week just ended yesterday. Today, I go into my group every single Thursday and I ask them to show me their tracker. So I want them to take a picture of how the previous week went and then show it to me. And then I'll look at it. You tell me how the week went. I comment on every single one that shows me their tracker. And you will see that those who are consistent with the business will always leave the group first. That it is just a proven fact. If you work this business day in, day out, you will get out of my group faster than anyone else. Consistency creates what is the compound effect? You guys have heard of that book? If not, please read that book, The Compound Effect. That is consistency at its finest. When you first start off with consistency, you probably won't see much change. That's okay. But over time, it compounds and you will start seeing bigger results than the effort you are putting in. It's kind of like when consistency with workouts, consistency with your nutrition, results come with consistency. There are people who, as human beings, we love working when the momentum is high, when the energy is strong, and we're on top of the world. Like, it is easy to show up when things are going great. It is not easy to show up when things aren't going well. When the long, hard, boring days where we don't feel like even getting up, those are the days that separate the successful coaches from the pack. They show up on those days and they get their crap done. They do it day in, day out. And if you're not consistent, and let me clarify, consistency can simply mean pockets of time, but you own those pockets of time. You are consistent with those pockets of time. I'm not saying that consistency doesn't mean 8 hours a day working this business. However you work this business, you are consistently showing up during that time frame. Your schedule is spot on. Like, life will want to get in the way. It will. Life does not want you to succeed, and you need to move past that. And the only way to do that is through consistency. Okay. The last C in this acronym is community. And I feel like I don't need to beat this one too much because it looks like you guys already have a phenomenal community. Community is what sets us apart from everyone else. Look, if when I first got to this business, I had this question like, why do people choose Beachbody? If I wanted to work out right now, I could go to the gym. There's plenty of group workouts, and I'm a cheap guy. Like, I hate spending money. And so I would jump on YouTube. There are plenty of great workouts on YouTube that would give me results. And so I don't need to necessarily pay. So I can get something for free if I wanted to. And when it comes to nutrition and Shakeology, a lot of people look at Shakeology and they say protein shakes. That is the wrong way to look at this, but they don't know any different. There's plenty of good options out there. I personally believe Shakeology is the best because of what I know, but there are okay options out there that are much cheaper. And so why, if fitness I can get somewhere else, and I can get shakes and nutrition help somewhere else, why in the world would someone choose Beachbody? And it comes with peer support, and that exists in a community, that exists on a team. I am floored at how amazing communities are here at Beachbody, where you can be whoever you want to be, and you show up however you want to show up, and you get the support that you need, and you are there to cheer people on, and there are people there to cheer you on. And this thriving community is something that you cannot get anywhere else. The peer support is what separates us from everyone else. Rachel has done a phenomenal job, and I hope you guys, with the people that you are recruiting, that you give them the exact same peer support that you are getting from Rachel and from all of your upline. It is something that will help them stay around a lot longer than simply shakes and a workout will. Community is everything. It really is. And I love seeing communities thrive. I love seeing them support each other. And when someone falls, you got tens, if not hundreds of women to there pick them up. And that is unique. And I love that. So I want to pause here to answer any questions you may have about this, but I just want to simply say that, however, like I went over this acronym, the AVCCC, and I really do feel like those are the things that you need to do if you want to get where you want to go. But at the end of the day, I just want you having fun. I want you loving what you're doing. I want you to love this so much that you can't help but tell others about it. If you have that anxiety of reaching out to someone and be like, "Ah, man, I don't know," like, then you're not having fun. Like, you just need to say, okay, I'm loving what the results I'm getting. I'm loving the community. I know there are people out there who need this, and I'm okay sharing with that. That's where we need to be. People will say yes to fun. They'll say yes to joy. They'll see the joy in your life, and they'll want to be part of that. But if we simply just cold invite, they got plenty of cold invites coming their way. Let's give them true invites. So I'll pause here for any thoughts or questions. There doesn't need to necessarily be any questions. We don't need to do the awkward silence thing, but if you have any questions, great. If not, then I think we'll call it.
This was so incredible, Kevin. Hopefully you guys all got ABCC. If not, I put it in the chat. We have a question in the chat from Sharon. She says, any suggestions on books for confidence?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know if I'm sure there are books out there on confidence. I'll have to go.
Kevin, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, or it doesn't necessarily have to be confidence. I mean, when you said that, I immediately thought, man, there's so many great books out there. So it's more just what's something that you would suggest for our newer coaches who maybe don't quite grasp everything about this business, but could benefit from a book to really help their minds grow more than just us telling them all these things.
Yeah, and that is something that I didn't touch on, but personal development doesn't come naturally for a lot of people. It is they look at it and like, oh, the self-help section over there, that's for weirdos. Like, I get that. I thought that exact same thing. And so it is a new thing. And the books that are being suggested down below are some great books as well. Back in the day, The Girl Wash Your Face was a really good book for a lot of people to kind of build that confidence. Girl Code was also one that I think a lot of coaches really enjoyed with that. That kind of that same energy there, I think will help a lot of coaches kind of get started on the right foot when it comes to those types of things.
Perfect. Really quick, I wanted to touch on you saying what will get someone to stop in the newsfeed. I feel a lot of newer coaches have a hard time really grasping this concept and saying, because we can repeat it over and over, be vulnerable, share your story, just, be who you are. Do you have some tips? Do you have some examples of posts that you've seen where they can really open up and work on?
Yeah. So when it comes to this, I think the best thing is to first figure out who you are and what you want to put out there. If you haven't already, there's plenty of ways to do this. The popular one is like the color code or whatever it is, but you pretty much just, all you have to do, the color wheel, is say, these are the things that I want that I represent. 3 to 5 things that when I post and when I do my stories and when I like, one of these 5 things will exist. And so I'm trying to attract the right people, and you start using the right hashtags. You start following groups that match kind of the things that you are interested in, the things that you put out there, so that you can kind of get the right content. And from there, you say, okay, so this is, every time I post, this is what it's going to be about. And then I'm going to make sure it touches these things. And over time, as you post in those groups, it's very important that you post in those groups, you use the right hashtags, because people will search those hashtags. They will start finding you, and then they'll start following you for the right reasons. But if you simply are all over the place and they come to your feed and they can't necessarily figure out who you really are because it's all over the place, then they'll move on. But if they come and they see what they're looking for and they find what they're looking for through your posts, because you keep repeating kind of those 3 to 5 things, up to 7 things, they'll say, okay, like there's value here of what I'm really looking for. And it doesn't need to necessarily be groundbreaking information. It just needs to be consistent in those same topics.
Perfect. Loved it. Any other questions, guys? Anybody want to unmute and ask Kevin? No? Don't be shy.
It's okay. That's all right.
Anybody? No? Okay. One more thing, Kevin, really quick. I loved how you said consistency can be pockets of time. Like that hit home for me, because I feel like that's been my business over the last 8 years. This is literally finding the pockets of time through crazy life, right? But owning those pockets of time. So the moment you said that, I was just like, that was it for me.
Good.
So.
Good.
All right. Anything else, Kevin?
No. And what I recommend doing, kind of when I usually wrap up calls, I like to leave the call a little bit early so that you guys can then kind of talk about it after I leave, and you guys can and move on from there. But I don't want this to be oh, that was a great call, and you go back to kind of normal life. What I would love is for you to reach out either to your accountability partner or to Rachel, or even to me if necessary, and say, these are the things that stood out to me the most, and these are the things I'm going to implement starting today. I'm all about taking action. It's great to listen and to take notes, but if nothing changes, don't expect to change anything. And so I would, and this may be outside your comfort zone, but I would love for you to reach out to, and I'll let Rachel decide, to whoever, and say, these are the things, these are my takeaways, and this is what I'm going to start doing as of today. So I'll leave it at that. I'll jump off the call, let you guys finish up. But thank you for having me and letting me come on to talk about this.
Seriously, thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you,
so much.
Kevin.
Have an awesome day, babe. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, ladies. Oh my gosh, is he just not amazing? Like every time I have him on.
Yes, he was really great. I loved it.
So I won't keep you guys longer, but if you guys want to talk about this, I'm here. So I'm not going anywhere for like 20 minutes today. So if you guys want to stay on, we can brainstorm. How are you guys feeling with your diamond push? Anybody?
I'm feeling confident. It's just everyone says, oh yeah, and you send them their share cart, but it's like tapping your fingers. Okay, come on. So I just kind of follow up with them to see if they have any questions, and if they don't, then of course I can't really do anything. But I don't want to just like be like, okay, well, I need you to do this now. So
Right.
I do let them know that, because I have a couple of $10 off ones, and I just kind of let them know that's going to expire in a few days. Let me know. And other than that, I mean, I think it's going good.
Good, honey. And always, you can always say, hey, the deadline to get into my group is, and give them a date. And then from there, if they don't purchase, then it's just not the right time for them, right? But you can go that extra step and say, hey, this is the deadline. I'm getting everybody plugged in, and there it is. And then from there, it is what it is, right? But again, I think that also just falls back on the consistency in this business. Just being consistent over time, like Kevin said, and finding those pockets of time. I know Sharon has gotten extremely good at that. Pockets of time, right, Sharon? It's what we live off of.
Yes. Yes.
And you guys, when Kevin says find a success partner, I want you to take that so incredibly serious. And that is why we have the success partner thread in the Diamond Push. You guys all saw that, right? I really hope you guys went in there and found a success partner. If you did not, just go back into the group, because there is plenty of people in there that need a partner. I promise you, if you do not have a success partner in this business, you will fail. There's no way around it. You need that partner. And if that partner isn't keeping you accountable and isn't on the level that you are or that you need, then you need to find another one. And if you don't have one, you need to find one today. And I'm so serious about that. If I didn't have Sharon as my accountability partner in the beginning in this business, I would not be where I am today. You have to have that accountability. And to where they're not knocking on your door saying, hey, did you get your invites done? And yes, it's going to be annoying and uncomfortable. And there's going to be days where you're just like, but it's going to kick you up a notch, right? And what about you returning the favor? Are you doing that for your success partner? Are you holding them accountable? Right? Okay. Anything else, guys? No? Awesome. All right. I love you all today. And I'm not today, always. I was going to say pictures showing up today. I miss you all so much, seriously. And I appreciate you getting on this call today, because again, Kevin did not have to do this. When you grab a corporate mentor, it's a big deal. So I appreciate you guys showing up on time and being here for this. It means a lot to me.
And if you guys haven't listened to the Fitzpatrick one, Jamie Fitzpatrick,
oh my God.
That was amazing.
Okay, I am so glad that you just brought this up. I have to tell you guys, I'm gonna cry. How many of you watched it last night?
I did. I was actually
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yes, I was watching it while I was actually doing some of my other work, and I was like, oh, I had to stop what I was doing.
You guys, please promise me right now that you will go watch Jamie Fitzpatrick's call that I shared last night. That call, and watch it from the beginning to the end. I'm crying. It is so incredible. You will want to wake up and work this business every single day, because you will know why. He talks about income. He talks about the impact. He breaks the whole thing down. I watched it last night and I literally went to sleep dreaming that I had been in his house and I was with his wife. And I was like, I had a clear vision this morning. I don't know what came over me, Bernadette. I'm so happy that you watched it last night. If you guys can watch it with your spouse, I don't know if I said that, watch it with your spouse. Make them sit down and watch the entire thing, because they will know after that call why you're working this business, and they probably will start helping you work it too.
I'm actually going to put it on tonight while my husband's here, because my mom's still here till the end of the month, and I'm going to have them both watch it with me, because It's just
absolutely. I'm getting chills all over the place. It was one of the best calls that I have watched probably in 3 years. And I just so happened to lay down last night. And I was like, oh, it's like an hour long. I don't know, 45 minutes long. But I mean, it goes from start to the very end. And I cried. I was like excited. He broke down the comp plan in a different way that I'd never seen. And I was just like it lit me on fire. So please go watch that call. Yes. Okay. If you do anything today, go back and watch Jamie's call and come back here and let's talk about it. Okay. All right, babes. I love you all. Happy Thursday. I will see you guys all back here next Thursday. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Let's get a picture. I'm so sorry.
Picture.
Yes, picture. And then a really quick boomerang. Anybody want to do theirs? Everybody wave in just a second. Let's pull this up. All right. Everybody say hi. I love you guys. All right. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.